Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Today I figured I would get right back on the bandwagon with decluttering. I started my decluttering series and I think I did one video and then I fell off the bandwagon. I usually try to clean and get everything nice and somewhat neat. Hello, what does neat mean these days? But I figured I would just go ahead and just get right back into it. I would start in the kitchen, which it's already a little after 12, so we're going to see how much I can get done in the next few hours. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's go ahead and start decluttering. Okay, to start decluttering in my kitchen, I am starting on the top of my fridge. And to be honest, out of all of the decluttering videos that I've watched in the past, I don't think I've ever seen anybody, declutter the top of the fridge. Yes, it is a hot mess up here, and this is real life for me. This is my life, and I have been in this house for almost 3 years, and I have not once cleaned the top of the fridge off, as you can already tell. No judgments here, but I have been putting it off. I've thought about cleaning the top of my fridge off many, many times, but I just have not been motivated to go ahead and do it, or something just pops up. Or, I'm like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, and yeah, that does not happen. But today I wanted to go ahead and clean it off while I was super motivated. Just go ahead and get it all done. So my advice for you is, when you're in that mood to declutter, go ahead and tackle, the forgotten areas, or, whatever area you want to start with. A lot of people do the easy stuff and then work their way up. And I do that quite a lot myself, but sometimes you want to go ahead and tackle the main areas that you dread the most. Just go ahead and knock it out. That way the rest hopefully will be a lot easier for you. But yeah, you can see the disgusting state of the top of my fridge over here. It was so nasty. And like I said, I've been in this house for 3 years almost, and I have not once cleaned it off, as you can tell, and it's super gross up here. But I'm going to go ahead and finish taking everything off, and then I'm going to go in with some Method Heavy Duty Degreaser. If you are looking for a really good degreaser, Method has you covered. If you could feel the top of this fridge, it felt super gross. It felt kind of like the feel of slime in a way, with that I don't know, I can't describe it. It was just super gross. That's all I can say. It's kind of sticky. It was just gross overall. But I, dusted the top of the fridge off and then went in with the heavy duty degreaser from Method, and it did a great job getting all of that mess up. And have you ever seen somebody vacuum the top of their fridge? I wanted to get those huge clumps of dust off of there, and I didn't want it ended up in the floor or anything, so I used my vacuum. But anyway, now I'm scrubbing it down with the heavy duty degreaser, and this stuff did such an amazing job. I highly recommend trying it out.
Every time I'm going out, the same things keep happening. New boy, same tricks. Coming close to me now, trying to be smooth. So here we go again, here we go again. You're trying to buy me drinks, and I don't like your cheap tricks. Take it somewhere.
Okay, now we're moving on to the lower cabinets in my kitchen. This is the number one area in the kitchen that I was dreading the most. As you can tell, it is a big cluttered mess. This is the cabinets I pretty much call my junk cabinets. I know, I should be ashamed of myself. But you know, when somebody's coming over, if I have a lot of stuff on my counters or whatever, I will just cram it in here. As you can already tell, it's a huge mess. But it's, you know, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, like hide it before everybody comes over. Yes. That is something I'm truly trying to work on. You know, with all this clutter, it really stresses me out. Believe it or not, it does stress me out, causes unnecessary stress. And that was my motivation on this day, just to go ahead and do at least half of the kitchen, go ahead and get it all decluttered, get it somewhat organized, you know, at least, you know, where I can find stuff a whole lot easier. Just because, you know, when I'm over here stressing, trying to find stuff, and I'm like, I know it's in here, or, you know, it's somewhere in the kitchen, and, you know, I'm having a hard time finding it. Look at all those bags. Why do I need that many bags? I have turned into the crazy bag lady. But it just causes unnecessary stress when you have just so much clutter. It's just a lot nicer just to be able to open up a cabinet or open up a drawer, and you can find what you're looking for. It's right there. You don't have to go digging for it. And, you know, this process, it was a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you. But once it was all said and done, it was just such a huge relief off of me. Just, you know, to have it. And I'm not going to say it's 100% perfect, because spoiler alert, it is not perfect. But it's a lot more organized, and it's just going to be a whole lot easier on me. So if you are putting off decluttering and organizing any area in your home, go ahead and start. Just go ahead and start. You don't have to finish it all in one day, because trust me, this was more than 2 days of doing. I did the first half of the kitchen in this video, and then you will see later on in my other video, I'm still working on it, but I tackled the rest of the areas in the kitchen. And to be honest, I'm still not finished. I am still not finished with the whole kitchen. But yeah, I'm just saying it takes more than 1 day sometimes. And that's okay. Just give yourself some grace. Just start working on it. It will be a whole lot better in the long run.
Wake up at your place, wake up at mine. Same question always. I'm getting tired. We could have breakfast, counting your freckles, close to the west coast. How about that? Why don't we just get a place together? Mornings in our own bed, so much better. Balconies and bathtubs, what you want? Why don't we just get a place together?
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the drawers in the kitchen. I'm taking everything out and just going to go ahead and clean it all out really good and put in the new liner. The one thing I do like about this liner is that it is measured out on the back, thankfully, so it makes it a little bit easier for me when I go to cut out a piece. And it does not come out perfect, and that's my own fault. My father would probably be ashamed, you know, with him being a carpenter, and, you know, he had to make sure his measurements were right on. And, you know, I'm just not there with measuring it. Like, I thought I had it down perfect, and it just, there was a little bit of an overlap on it. It's fine. Nobody's going to be looking in these drawers. It's going to be fine. I mean, besides like family and friends. So it's fine. It is what it is. But I'm still like, this is a week or so later, and I'm still like going back and forth on how to, organize and, well, not organize, but what I should put in these drawers. I want to maximize the most, the space out of here. How am I trying to say this? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, I just want to put stuff in a good spot. Like, I was thinking about putting these spices in that other drawer, and then like maybe move everything out of that drawer down one. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, like, how do you have your kitchen laid out? Like, with your organizing, where do you put stuff? Because right now I have my spices up in the cabinet, but I was like, maybe I can move them into that drawer. It's right there by the stove. That's where I'm going to be needing it the most. But I don't know. It's just a thought. But now I'm going to go ahead and tackle this dreaded corner drawer. And you will see here in just a few minutes, like, how tedious this drawer was, like, to measure out. I felt like I really needed to retake high school math or something just to get the measurements out right. I'm just joking. That's a bad joke. But it was a lot of work trying to measure out this drawer and trying to get it close to perfect as I could get it. I should have taken the old liner out and like trace it out over the new liner. I don't know. I didn't think about that. For some reason, I did not even take out the old liner. I don't know. I was just over it. And I just wanted to get it done. And sometimes just getting it done is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you will see here in a minute, where that whole liner doesn't fit in this drawer completely. So I had to take a separate piece and put it in the back. And it does not line up whatsoever. But it's fine. I got it done, and that is the main thing.
Baby, I can tell it's just for show. Every line designed to let me know. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. When we are together, you're afraid to hold my hand, trying to understand. What if this doesn't go as planned? So you don't know what it means to be loyal and kind. I know that you're not blind. Tell me what is really on your mind. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. I see them pulling your strings, and you might be seeing things. Yeah. You know I'm reeling, I'm here.
Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to junk drawer number 2. Try to say that 10 times fast. I can barely say it the one time. But I'm going to go ahead and sort through everything. I'm going to make this the dedicated pen or pencil drawer, etc., stuff like that, markers and all that good stuff. But that's what it was when I first moved into this house. But of course, it's been 3 years and it's just accumulated over time. A bunch of clutter in here. But I'm going to go ahead and sort through everything. I have 3 different piles. I have a pen and marker pile that you can see right there on the counter. I have another pile of stuff that needs to go out in the building. It's a bunch of tools that was in here. It didn't belong here, so I made a pile to go out to the building. And then also a little trash pile. But I'm going to go ahead and finish sorting through all of this. But I just wanted to say my number one tip for you, before you go out and buy a whole bunch of organizing bins, make sure you are measuring the area out correctly. I did not take this into consideration, and it didn't come out the way I envisioned. I still made it work with what I had. And that's just sometimes what you got to do, just make it work with what you got. And it didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to, but I still made it work.
You better get it going, get going tonight. Don't wanna miss it like I did every time. I'm straight to the bucket list. You need to get all the things done. There's no time for sleep. Get away, fulfill our dreams today. We all need to go. Live each day. Don't worry, we'll be okay. We all need to go. No need to stop, move ahead and get going today. Don't wanna miss a thing at all. Straight to the bucket list. You need to get all the things done. There is no time for sleep. Get away, fulfill our dreams today. We all need to go. Live each day. Don't worry, we'll be okay. We all need to go.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go through what is supposed to be my tool drawer for the house. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out and sort it into different piles. What I want to keep, what needs to go somewhere else, and what I just need to get rid of. And, you know, going forward, I'm going to do my best with trying to stay on top of, you know, putting everything back where it's supposed to go. You know, not only, you know, when I use something, but if the kids need something, just to make sure I make sure 100% it goes back to where it belongs, just so I don't have any more junk drawers, which, you know, things are going to happen. It's going, you know, messes are going to be made, and, you know, eventually, hopefully not anytime soon, I will have to go back through all of this process, you know, with reorganizing and decluttering. You know, that's just the way it is, especially when you have kids, or if you're like me, you know, I like to keep anything and everything, you know, to an extent, obviously. But, yeah, you know, going through these drawers, I did find a couple of like notes and recipes that, you know, old acquaintances had gave me. And it just brought back a lot of, you know, memories, you know, from like my previous job, where I got a lot of these like recipes from people I used to work with, you know. And it just, yeah, brought back really good memories. But there's this one recipe that I found that someone had given me, I want to say about 5 or 6 years ago. And he made it for, especially for his granddaughter. Like, that was one of her favorite desserts he ever, you know, made for her. So any special occasion, he would make it for her. So, and I have not made that yet. It's a blueberry yum yum cake. I really need to take the time to make it. I did tell him I was going to, and like I said, it's been 5 or 6 years and I still have not made it. So, you know, with the holidays coming up, you know, the 4th, I want to take the time to try to make it. You know, my baking skills are, you know, still on the newbie side, so I'm not a professional with, you know, baking and all that, but I am willing to give it a shot just to say I at least tried it. But yeah, going through and decluttering stuff, there's no telling what you're gonna find, but it's just amazing to see what you do find, like stuff that you have completely forgotten about. But yeah, it made me a little sentimental over here, and I am a very emotional person, so it was just really sweet to find that. And it was just, for me, I'm going to take it as a sign that I need to finally make that recipe. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope it gave you the best decluttering and organizing motivation to tackle any area in your home. Remember, it does not have to be perfect, and you do not have to get it all done in one day. If you need even more decluttering or organizing motivation, make sure you stick around, click on the bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
In between, I want to stuck in the middle.